Let's talk about TV and drama Spring Fever, starring An Bo Hyun and Lee Jo Bin. This is a light-hearted rom-com drama and has many good things to watch. Okay, the drama mainly focuses on three stories here. First is the love story between An Bo Hyun and Lee Jo Bin. Second is the friendship and rivalry between An Bo Hyun and Cha Seo Won. And the third one is the enemies to lovers story involving Cha Jun Young and Lee Jae In. The drama starts with Lee Jo Bin, who is a teacher. One day she gets accused by a parent of having an affair with her husband, and she gets slapped in front of her whole class. And after this matter, she plans to settle this with filing a case and going to the court. But her mother tells her to let it go because she is an famous actress and she thinks that she will get a bad image from that incident and tells her daughter to not take it further. After feeling helpless, she leaves the city and moves to a small town as an exchange teacher, and there she meets An Bo Hyun, and he is the uncle of one of her students, Cho Jun Young. Many people in the town have a very bad impression regarding his character. Each have their own version of story of describing him. They first meet when he comes to school, when his nephew Cho Jun Young receives an award, but the teacher cancels that award and gives to another person. The reason he gives is that he doesn't have a parents. The award was filial PT award, that is given to student with a good score and character. An Boyun recognizes her, but she doesn't remember. She also gets terrified seeing him with a tattoo on his arm and his strong build. Whenever she sees him, for the first thing that comes to her mind is to run away from him. As the time goes by, she starts seeing his original version. There was a time where a thought of ending her life has also occurred, but at that moment he saves her. As the time goes by, she starts liking him. Both start liking, but when An Bohyun confesses his feelings, she rejects him, saying that she won't date any parent because of her bad experience. He promises to wait for her. Then she proposes that if he waits for her 2 years till his nephew graduates from school, then she can date. He accepts that. After she told to wait him for 2 years, she sees him with another woman, and after seeing that, she gets jealous. And after that, an incident happens where he chases a thief, and instead, he gets locked up. At that moment, she calls her mother for the first time, and she also goes to Cha Seo Won to ask for their help to release An Bo Hyun. After that incident, they kiss for the first time. They try very hard to wait for 2 years, but they couldn't wait for that many time, and they start dating. Let's talk about the friendship and rivalry of An Bo Hyun and Cha Seo Won. They both were best friends when they were in the high school. An Bo Hyun saves Cha Seo Won in school when he was getting bullied, and instead, Cha Seo Won helps An Bo Hyun with his studies and taking care of his nephew. Let's go behind and let's talk about his childhood a bit. An Bo Hyun's father was an alcoholic and he used to beat their children whenever he was drunk. One day, her sister brings home a son with her, but after seeing the condition and his father's state, he decides to leave the town. At that moment, she tells An Bohyun to take care of her son and she will come back after earning money and she will take care of everyone. So An Bohyun was just high school, so he has to take care of his nephew. During that time, Cha Seo-won becomes a very good friend of him and they help each other out. But one day his house catches on fire and his father dies in that. And after that he takes his nephew and runs away from that village. At that moment he takes Cha Seo-won's money, and because of that Cha Seo-won considers him as an enemy and he believes that he was the one who murdered his father. So this friendship and rivalry goes back and forth between them. At the end, the misunderstanding gets cleared and they become friends again. Let's talk a bit about the enemies to lovers story of Cho Jun Young and Lee Jae In. So Lee Jae In is a transfer student from another school. Her parents transferred to this school because she was not getting a number one rank in exam. So they transfer her to this school hoping that she would get a first rank in this school. But there she meets Cho Jun Young, who gets a number one rank in every exams, and there is no competition to him. She tries to beat him many times in exam, but she never succeeds in beating him. The thing is, Cho Jun Young likes her. During a sports meet, he tries to lose to her intentionally just to see her smile and happy. And during an exam, he intentionally comes in the last place and she finally beats him in the exam and becomes first ranked student. But after learning that he intentionally lost, she gets angry, but then he apologizes and they start dating. So let's talk about some positives of the drama. The first positive is the character of An Bohyun. He has raised his nephew single handedly and has also built a business. And he's a CEO of JK Energy Power Plants. So he has a solar and wind energy power plants, and everyone in the town misunderstood him. So this whole journey from start to end for everyone to get to know the real him. So this character development is the one to watch in this drama. The next one is the uncle and nephew relationship in this drama of An Bo Hyun and Cho Jun Young. Cho Jun Young always comes first in the exams, and he had no intention of going to college because he thought if he left for college, his uncle would be lonely. So he decides to study just high school and leave it. But when he talks about it, he tells him to pursue higher studies and he doesn't need him to take care of him. The most important person for An Bohyun in his life is his nephew. You get to see that relationship in this drama. There are also some negatives. So let's talk about mainly two here. When Lee Jo Bin gets accused of having an affair with a parent, so she listens to her parents and like 2 to 3 years passes, but still she has nightmares about that incident and she just can't forget about it. At the end, she goes to her parents to ask for help, but they still refuse to. This was the main issue that needed to be highlighted at the end. So she gets justice, but it could have been better. Her mother never came for the rescue of her daughter, didn't even hold a press conference or tell to the world that her daughter is innocent and the other person is the guilty one. I really wanted to see this at the end, but it did not happen. Another one is the parents and children's relationship in this drama. Cha Seo Won and Lee Jae In play the siblings, and they only get respected in their home if they come first in the exam. Even if you come in second place, you get treated like you have come last in your class. So I really wanted to see how this will impact and how they will respond to that, but I didn't get to see that. Like, this is an additional point I wanted to make. That is, I wanted to see An Bohyun's growth from how he managed single-handedly to raise his nephew and grow his business as well. But they just cut it off from his childhood. Then just he became a CEO. I just wanted to see his growth in this drama, and it is a light-hearted drama with friendship, romance, family drama. Everything is there. It is not an intense drama. So that's all for the review of TV and drama Spring Fever.